Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. I hope everyone has had a wonderful Max. I hope you guys have had an excellent day watching all of the wonderful segments and things that we have had prepared for you. My name is Voodoo Val, and I am going to be your host yet again for another epic segment with another super cool gal, Anna McNaught. Anna, how are you today?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I'm coming down from like the hype of the pre-show here that you guys weren't present for this, but we have been like jamming and vibing. So this is going to be an excellent stream. This is going to be super fun. I'm pumped.
I know.
So welcome everybody. I see Emma, I see Jack Watson, Wade Acuff, Odari. I see Gareth, I see Fabio. Welcome friends. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you folks will hang out and check out the show. Speaking of which, what are we going to be doing today, Anna? What are we going to be diving into? Yeah, I like that.
We have some amazing things planned for today. So as you all know, Photoshop 2022 was just released this week, which is super exciting. Lots of new fun things in there. So I currently have this Iceland picture up, but this is actually going to be our backup image. I just didn't want to open up on a nothingness of a screen. So we're going to be going over some of the new things in Photoshop, checking out some of the neural filters, which are now my absolute favorite. I'm like obsessed with them.
They're so good, aren't they?
So
They're so good. They're so good.
I'm like, you know what? I don't even need to be a Photoshop compositor anymore because I can just put everything in neural filters and be on my way. So
need this Iceland pic to be winter? Just just like throw it. Just it's so good. Yes, yeah, I've been fangirling as well. I'm pumped.
I know. I definitely like need to spend some more time playing around with them. I've been playing with them a little bit since the beta release demo, and then obviously since everything went public. But I'm like, oh my God, I need to spend hours in here. So I have spent a little bit of time, at least like playing around with some of these methods that we're gonna mess around with today. And then we're gonna be working on a cool astronaut picture in Times Square. And,
speaking my language, girl.
Yes, space. I know. Everyone's like super into astronauts, even though they're getting a little cliche. I will never get sick of anything outer space and anything pink and glowing and bright and colorful. So that's what we're gonna be doing.
Preach, Anna. Say it for the people in the back. Space,
outer
y'all.
Space.
Outer space. Okay.
Love it. All right. So let's just talk briefly about some of the new things that are now here in Photoshop before we dive into them. We have the object selection tool, which for some reason is not working for me. I think because I have a very outdated laptop and I'm going to be updating like maybe this week or next week as soon as I can pull the trigger. Okay. But basically you would just come in here where your magic wand tool is and you would click object selection tool and make sure you have this object finder turned on, and it's going to start to work to try to find the objects. And so I tried this on James's computer yesterday and it worked perfectly, and my computer doesn't want to do it. But what will happen if any of you saw on the Max demo or have played around with this yourselves, it will show these objects all in blue. So I just found this fun little still life because it's kind of Halloween-y and Halloween's coming up soon. But yeah, it's not working. So,
well, if you'd like to see a demo, because we're coming to the end of the day here. So after you hang out with Anna and I, there is a demo that I actually did myself on the exact thing. Like that was one of the first things I did. So there's the keynote recap. That's one of the first ones. So if you want to see the blue and all that good stuff, go for it. But as Anna said, you should be able just to open it up right now and kind of jam on it if you want. But it is really cool. It's like one of those things that's going to be like in my workflow for good now.
Definitely. Like, me too.
It's so cool.
Yeah. I love that you can just like select all these different things. And especially if you had like a shelf of items or like this sort of thing is still life, and you needed to just select one object from it, it's like a game changer because now you don't have to go in with a magic wand and try to select the colors or outline it. Like Photoshop is going to do all of that for you.
And I've done that before where I used just like the drag for object select. And sometimes I would have to like clean it up with a lasso afterwards or whatever. But now Adobe Sensei is just like, do you want this?
Yep.
Do you want this? Here you go. How about 3? How about 4? Here you are. It's
Exactly.
great.
Exactly. It's really, really helpful. Like I love all the Adobe Sensei stuff that just makes our lives a lot easier and speeds up our workflow. So I'm just going to close that because I just had that open to show everyone. I'm going to open up some of these amazing images that I have from my family photos.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is fun. I was like obsessing over this last night.
This is great. This is like some Anna lore here. This is like the history of, I love it. These are some poses too, by the way.
Isn't this the most epic photo? Like
yes.
Okay, so some backstory on this. I believe this is my great, maybe 2 or 3 greats grandfather, right here in the middle, like obviously such a boss. Look at him.
Yeah, he's just like chilling. It's like, yo, what's up? Welcome to the fam. What's up?
I know. So good. And like his cigar, and like I love how all of his people are like leaning into him and like their faces are kind of blurred, and it's just like a cool picture. Also, I don't know what's happening. My computer is rainbow wheeling on me right now.
Well, we can, I mean, if we need to, we can focus on this gentleman in the bow tie for a little while if need be, because he's just kind of like that pose. He's got his hand on his knee. He's like, yeah, that's right. We out here, you know, and he's got this look on his face like,
I know. Everyone is just like so cool in this picture. I can't get over it.
I love it.
I know. So for my senior project in high school, I decided to hunt down all of these old photos that my grandparents had and my parents had, and restore them. And so we had to basically come up with a project. This was like, now, I don't know, like 11 years ago. And it's funny to have these like kind of come back and resurface in my life. But this was like this new neural filter. It's perfect use for them. So.
Yes! I was hoping that this was for the neural filters. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm so excited. So we basically like found these pictures, had these amazing interviews with our grandparents. It was me and 2 other students, and restored these pictures and like edited out any rips. And it was kind of one of my early experiences with Photoshop. And then one of the things we did was we recolored a lot of the pictures and imagined what the colors would look like. And so we were literally coming in here with a brush and like picking a skin tone and like painting it back in, and you know, it's like and then you're coming in and you're just like beep, and then trying to fade it in there, and like that, you know, obviously it takes forever, and it took us so long in this senior project, but luckily the teachers all loved it, and we only did like a couple of them because it was such a tedious process. So leave it to Photoshop and Adobe Sensei to come up with something that just like rocked my world.
Yes. Let's do it.
Are you all ready for this?
I'm so pumped right now. Like I am in your corner, Anna. I am your hype man. I am ready. I am like cheerleading over here in my little box at the corner of the screen. Let's do it.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we're going to come up to filter and then go neural filters. And let's just hope this doesn't like make my computer die. I do find that the neural filters, I think because my laptop's so outdated, it just like makes it a little sluggish, but we're going to see.
Sometimes it can, depending on your system, it can take a different amount of time. But I personally think that it's worth it. You know, like you wait a little bit, depending on what you've got, and like the magic
Definitely.
appears. So
yeah, it's, oh my God, it's so good. Okay.
And it's already like picking up people in this image. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool that it's already seeing them. And so we could play around with that smart portrait feature too to kind of see, but I want to go into Colorize here and just turn this on and let Adobe Sensei do its magic. We'll give it a few minutes here.
So then maybe, oh my goodness. What? Yo,
are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh. This is amazing.
I know. I did this yesterday and I was so floored by it that I immediately, one, screamed for James. Then I sent a video to my parents and to my brother, and I was like, oh my God, look at this picture.
Oh my gosh. And like, I can see, because it's kind of noodled with it, and it's kind of added in where it thinks things should be. There's a lot of colors like on our Dapper Bowtieman's pants, and there's some different shades in the dress. But like, going from what you said, where you were like colorizing these photos by hand until you could only do one or two, to like having this, you could touch this up if you want. Like, this is near perfect.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's so good. And then even how you can kind of like play around with these colors even more in here. And
oh my goodness.
Back to auto color.
That is so incredible. That is like, but I think like every time I have used the neural filters, especially since the update, I like wait and I'm like, all right, what is Photoshop going to give me? And it's always just like, boom, your life is different now.
I know.
Val, there you go. What do you think? And Photoshop looks at me like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
I know.
So good.
I kind of love too that it takes a few minutes because you're just sitting here waiting, like, what's gonna happen? What's it gonna do? And like the one though, I was trying to do super zoom and it was like 80 minutes to process. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. But
get you a beefier laptop so you can hit that super zoom. Yeah. But I super zoom is one that I haven't done, but so far, like the Colorize and the landscape mixer and stuff is like my jam. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll have to teach me a little bit with the landscape mixer because that's what I was going to do with some of the Iceland pictures. And I was playing around with it yesterday and I couldn't quite get it to work. So
yeah. Okay. If you pull up a photo, I'm willing to do it on the fly if you're comfortable. And I will show you how to like send that Iceland photo into Autumn all of the sudden if you want. Okay.
Perfect.
So
yeah, let me bring that up next. I just want to show, I'm just going to cancel out of that and then close that so we can keep some space open. But I want to show like two more pictures real quick because I just love these.
And I want to know who they are. Like, we want to know the history.
Of course. So this is my grandmother and she and my grandfather were both artists. And that's how I kind of got my start as an artist. And this, I believe this picture was taken of her in art school. And so my granddad, Harry McNaught, he's a famous children's book illustrator. And some of you watching may have read his books growing up. He had the truck book, the animal book. He illustrated a lot of the little golden guides. If you Google his name, you'll be like, I know that work.
What? Doing it, Googling on the side.
Yes. So while you do that, I'm going to just put a neural filter on this and do the same thing. It's so insane.
I'm so ready.
So
I own these books.
No way.
I own them.
Serious?
Yes, I have them. I had them on a shelf. I wanted to double check because I didn't want to misspeak if I didn't know what I was talking about. But I had these books growing up, and I just got a box of them from my grandmother like a year and a half ago, where they found them in her house. And I own these books, Anna.
Oh my God.
That is bomb. Oh my gosh. Oof.
Wow, that is so cool. That is so
and this
amazing.
Looks so good.
Isn't this crazy? Like, you can see on her sweater and stuff, we could touch that up. We're using the little focal points and kind of like repaint some color back in here. But I just love that it captured the green grass, the color of her face, the rosiness of her lips. Yeah.
I would not think that this is something that was run through a filter suddenly. I would think that this is the photo.
Yeah. I know, it's so crazy. And oh my God, I love it. Like, even kind of the gray whitish tone of her sweater right here is so real.
It is.
It's just
what a time to be alive, man. This is like crazy that you can do this. Wow.
Oh my God. Like the fact that there wasn't even color photos then.
Mhm.
And now we can create this color and I can kind of, I mean, not to get too like sentimental and everything, but I can like glimpse into her world, even though it's totally computer generated. It's like, I can see what she was seeing.
Yeah.
And I can look at like the paint color palette and start to like reimagine this image. And so I think that's just so powerful.
I think that that's a great way to look at it, because I think one thing that I have noticed is very prominent with a lot of the people who are behind developing these tools is that they make these tools that are like really easy for us to work with and to do things quickly. But I think that Adobe is always thinking of the sentimental and the ethical and all of those elements behind what they're creating. And like, imagine the kind of good you could do for an older person who hasn't seen their husband in color ever, because all of the pictures are in black and white, and then you can give them a picture of their hubby at 25 in perfect clarity. That is like so cool. And I love that you've chosen family photos to do this with. Like, it just brings a lot of joy. So tell me about these young men. Who are they?
So this is my dad.
Oh no. How precious.
I know he's gonna be like, you did not show that picture on a live
in front of the world.
And this is his older brother, my uncle.
Honestly, like, shout out to Papa Anna. You look dapper in these little shorts, boo. You got your little vest on. That hat is just like, don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed. You look good.
I love this picture so much. It was one of my favorites when we were doing our senior project too. And I remember everyone just like squealing when they saw this picture. Just look at her.
Oh my gosh. And it's like all of a sudden they're in the sun. For all you knew, like, that picture could have been taken in the dead of winter, you know, with the black and white, but now it's like a beautiful spring day. And oh my goodness, that's amazing. And it really, like, it does so much.
Yeah.
It does so much. So this is
it's so incredible. And I have to ask my dad at some point. I have to be like, what color was this little outfit?
Yeah, because that's the thing too. And I was thinking about like the color of your grandmother's sweater. It's like, you know what it fills in, but I wonder like what the reality of the color was, because you could go in and add it if you want and just like really get it close to original. And this just opens up so many possibilities. This is wild.
I know. It's like totally mind blowing. I can't get over like even their little red lips, and like it's so perfect.
So cute.
And you can tell from my dad's face too that I have like so many of his features.
Yeah, you can like the shape of the cheeks and like the smile and the eyes and definitely 100%. You should cut that out, and that should be like his Facebook profile pic.
Oh my God.
Like this beautiful crispy photo of him as like, he looks like he must be like 6, maybe younger. Like that's crazy.
I know. It's so great.
I love it. And I think you're definitely blowing minds in the chat right now. Everyone's just like, this tool keeps getting better and better. Robert says the apple does not fall far from the tree. Yes, I think like definitely a resemblance. And Eduardo says, I wish I could hear your narration every time I use neural filters in Photoshop. It won't be the same without it.
Oh, that would be so great. We could add like an audio feature in there.
Yes.
Us just
coming Adobe Max 2022. We will now have Anna McNaught and Voodoo Val letting you know you're doing a great job. In Photoshop.
That is gold. That is such gold.
Personalized. Robert Winterberg, you are doing so good. Look at you go. Look at you go, Robert.
Oh, so awesome.
Yeah. So now we have our Iceland. You said this was Iceland, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is one of the pictures that I would love to try out, that landscape.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right, let's do it. So I've been kind of diving into the neural filters, and there's so much to do, and I have been busy with Max, so I can't say I know every single thing about the landscape mixer, but I can walk you through some pretty mind-blowing things if you want to try some quick stuff. So if you go ahead and toggle it on, I'm going to make sure that I can see your screen nice and big over here on my monitor, because I'm gonna kind of like looking at what you're doing and walking through it. So what I really love to do is I love to first crank up the sunset is a fun one. So you could bring that to like halfway if you want to, yeah, and just wait and look how it'll transform the whole picture into, if you took it for like a warm sunset. And then the one that I really love to do is autumn after that. I would do them one at a time.
Okay.
Because it might be a little intensive, but maybe in the meantime, like, what was it like being in Iceland and taking these photos?
Oh my God. Iceland was unbelievable. My new favorite place on the planet that I've been to so far. It was awesome. Like so we booked it last minute. We booked it a week before we left. Okay. Because we we were supposed to go to Bora Bora for a group photo trip that we had planned like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, and everything got canceled because of the COVID outbreak over there. And so we're like, okay, well, do we stay home? Like, we want to do something. And it was our 3-year anniversary. So we're like, we want to go somewhere. So we're like, I don't know. Wow.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Like what?
Oh,
so it's like literally, it's like you took that at a completely different time of day.
Oh my God. Okay. That's super good to know, because when I was messing around with this the past few days, I kept combining it with other landscapes, kind of the way Terry did. And then it just wasn't working, but I didn't realize you can actually just only toggle these sliders, and like, stupid me, I didn't even try that. I was like, why is it not combining? Good. So that is awesome.
So if I can walk you through a scenario here, and it's not something that you have to do in Photoshop. It's just something that you have to imagine for the future of you, Anna, or the future of you folks in chat. Imagine you're sitting down and you're like, I'm going to composite something in Photoshop today. And you're doing that thing where you're gathering tons of photos for a piece, and you're trying to make sure that they match, make sure they all seem like they're taken in the same sort of place, and their colors match and the light sources go together. If you find the perfect photo with the perfect skyline, with the perfect mountain range, with the perfect whatever it is that you need, but it's just slightly off, you can change the time of day, you can change the scenery, you can replace the sky with the replace sky feature and have the light coming from a different direction if you want. You can create the best assets for your own photo composite with this tool if you want to. The possibilities.
It's so amazing. Like I haven't even scratched the surface on this one. And this is definitely something I'm going to play with, because I feel like this for me is huge with all of the landscape stuff that I mix into my composites. It's always a struggle to be like, I like this mountain range. Oh my God. Yes! Are you kidding me right now?
Yes. Right? Like, it is so good. And it's like, if you actually look, like if you do this, folks at home, if you try this, I want you to like do a grid so you can show like the original and all the different ones you do. It does not just put a blue filter over your photo. I did one for the keynote recap, and I had like a forest with a mountain range, and I cranked it to autumn. And the autumn filter, it didn't just like make all the trees sort of brown. I zoomed into the trees, and I had some green trees. I had some yellow trees. I had some red trees. I had like, and it's like autumn, like seriously. And this looks like, it looks like there's frost on the mountain now.
I know. I am so shook right now. Like
they put frost in there for us.
Like, look, there's icy water down here.
Yes.
Wait, I'm going to click OK on this and then look at the before and the after, because
let's do it.
I'm like, oh my God, this whole stream's just going to be us like screaming, because
just yelling, shouting.
Like, I'm like slobbering. I'm like,
no.
So excited.
Yes. Just foaming at the mouth over this. So we can kind of see like look how much that added. Look at the waterfall right there where the water hits, how it put like almost like ice, ice built up.
Oh my God. It actually did. And it like froze this down here, and then it added snow, down
Yes.
here.
Yes. And look at like that rock formation that's like at the base. If you toggle back and forth, you can see it like added almost like there was snowfall a while back, and now there's like some frost and like ice kind of trapped between. It's almost like it added rocks there that snow can be trapped between, and it looks legit.
Yeah. Oh my God. It really does. Like if you didn't know, sorry if anybody can hear that. We have a construction worker here.
That's fine. Honestly, the construction guy is outside with his drill. Like, what are they doing in there? That looks so good. He missed the mark. He needs some time to recover. Just give him a moment, folks. Give him a moment.
Oh my God. I am dying on all accounts right now. Like, this is just
so good. I'm so glad that I got to be the one to like show you these sliders, because like I don't know, I mean I've showed it to a couple people, but I think by far this is like one of the most fun moments that I have had showing the seasonal sliders for this feature. This is great.
That is awesome. I feel like I could just be done now. Like, let's end the live stream. Like,
yeah. Thank you folks for joining us. We just teleported ourselves into winter and we're going skiing. We gotta leave. Maddie says, I just popped in here a minute ago. My mind is already blown. This is Wade said this is really going to distort people's memories of their vacation photos.
Yeah, big time. Because if I saved this and then looked at it, I don't know, like 10 years from now, I'd be like, wait,
you would think.
Did it snow? Wait, did we even go back to Iceland? I'm so confused.
Yeah, it's very convincing. And so like you can see like what a massive difference. So if you had this photo of Iceland and you're like, I need something to composite for a snow scene, and you need something that's like detailed that has like some good wintry grit to it, boom, there you go. You have, in fact, you could make some kind of like landscape pack of like images of photos in different seasons for other people to composite with. You know, oh, I love this photo so much. How did this happen? How did this come about? Is this a drone?
Yeah, so this is a drone shot, and unfortunately, so this is at Vesterhorn, also known as Stokeness. And it's like this huge, beautiful mountain range right here, very famous. Like you would definitely know the place if you saw it. And we woke up to low clouds, like classic Iceland, always rainy. But other than that, we had incredible weather the whole time. Got to see the Northern Lights, got to see a volcano erupting. So
it
was crazy. And that was kind of my plan for the end, to open up Lightroom and just like look through some of the pictures and see like which ones you in the chat would want to kind of play with at the end here with these landscape neural filters and stuff too, because I have so many fun ones. But now I have to go off track a little and just try it.
Yeah, do it. Let's see it. Which one are you gonna go for?
I feel like I want to try winter again on this just to see, because it has such a winter vibe.
And it's also, this is really different too, because this has like minimal landmarks aside from the distant mountains. So I'd be really interested to see how this works.
Yeah, me too. And like, I'm wondering what it will do to the Black Beach, like, and hopefully not cover it too much with snow, like kind of just blend it in. So I'm does it think it's grass, or
because I would like to see it with autumn too. Like, it doesn't make it all red, or we're testing you out, Photoshop.
Yes. And I have so many great pictures too from New Hampshire. We were just up there for like fall color and leaf peeping and everything. And just to take some of the kind of autumn tones and like see what it does, if it like really pops them or like does overkill. Like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm going to not sleep tonight. I'm going to just play with it.
Just do this. Wade Acuff, he says, I love that you're winterizing Iceland. And it has crossed my mind too. Like, oh my gosh, love these photos of Iceland. Let's add some ice.
Yeah.
Shall we? Let's make it cold.
I know. Whoa. Okay.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at the beach texture is interesting. I don't know that it realized that those were people. And so now you have like an octopus has become sentient and has been like, it's like, this is now was like a beautiful, loving photo. And now it's like this one octopus is like, you know what? Land is mine.
Yeah.
And I am just breaking out of the ocean.
is like taken over. But yeah, I mean, interesting. Maybe you could like do that.
You
and
have
then
like
layer
a
mask it
preserved
out.
subject. You have a preserved.
Oh.
I wonder if that and harmonized subject. That's interesting. So maybe we could play with some of that and just kind of see what we get.
Yeah, let's turn Autumn on.
Yes. She chose Autumn for me, guys, because it's my favorite one. It's my favorite one. Because Autumn is my favorite season, hands down.
I know, me too. Like the leaves down here in Jersey are finally starting to change. And so we've had now like 3 autumns, which has been awesome. Because like in New Hampshire, and then at my parents' house in northern Pennsylvania, and now at our house in New Jersey, it's like just starting. So
okay.
Because it's kind of like working its way down. And so that's been really nice.
Oh, that's so cool. I hear there, like, I've never done this, but I hear that there are places around there where people will like show up just to watch the trees change. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly how it
to do that.
Yep, that's how it is in New Hampshire, and it's nuts. So we always go to the White Mountains. We have a house there, and we just like it's been a place I've been going since I was little, and like one of my favorite places. And usually like not that many people in the middle of summer. It's like fairly crowded, but you know, most of the time it's like not that popular. And all the leaf peepers from like New York, Boston, like
I love it.
I know, everyone comes up. Whoa, weird. Okay,
interesting. Okay, but you know what? We kind of changed some of those settings, so it did actually preserve the people and their reflection. But look, can you zoom in like just above? The guy with the drill outside is like, wow, I love this.
So sorry. My computer just said, are you playing music? Turn to audio.
If you zoom in, it's almost like it put a puddle there, like over on the left side. It's really interesting. So it like sees that it looks like one of you lost your heads. But you know, and there's gonna be some differences with this because it isn't, you know, as much as we would like to believe, when you hit that button, there aren't a bunch of little digital elves that run around and put everything, you know, where it goes. It is, you know, the computer is like kind of going in and it's guessing, and it's using this algorithm to change everything. And that was maybe a horrible explanation because I draw stuff. I do not program stuff.
No, that was good. I think that was good.
But yeah, it does. It's gonna need some time, you know. But I see how you're kind of like compositing them together, honestly, and like working it out, like, and not bad.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I
think that like exactly. And I think if you were to do this landscape changer, whatever it's called, landscape changer, then maybe you'd need to like think about what the photo is ahead of time. Like that one of Kirkjufell in Iceland was perfect because it had like, it was all set up for it. And I think the problem with this one is you don't have enough like different tones and things to pull from. Like clearly here Adobe Sensei is not seeing any trees, so why would this be autumn? You have the white of the ocean, the black of the beach, and the gray of the mountain, and so it's kind of just like maybe not the right photo to play with. But I think we can go back at the end and choose some Iceland pictures to play with if we have some extra time.
Let's do it. Also, Gareth says, way to spoil the illusion, Val. Next, you'll be telling us Santa doesn't exist. Spoiler alert. I want to offer some random information about me. I did have my parents called in kindergarten for telling the class Santa didn't exist. Like I have a reputation for this.
So you found out before kindergarten or in kindergarten?
They just never told me he wasn't, like, he was real, and they were like, we're gonna play Santa and you're gonna bake cookies so me and your dad have something to eat while we wrap your present.
Wow.
And we dressed up and we had somebody there who was Santa, but I don't know, it didn't dawn on me. So watch out, Gareth, because I have a reputation. Snickles. I mean,
well, hey, at least it's not as bad as like I didn't realize it until 5th grade, so I was like very late bloomer. And that's fine. And it's not like
Magic
I live
and
a
wonder.
sheltered life or anything.
Magic and wonder was a part of your life.
So yeah, they were, and that's probably why I make the art I do, because I lived in a fantasy world for so many years. But my parents were like
Santa so long, I became
good
a professional.
Yep, exactly.
Wade's like, uh-oh, sorry about that, folks. I apologize.
I know, he's
breaking hearts today.
What's happening? So let me just gather some pieces here.
Are you grabbing a picture of an astronaut, Anna? Is that what I just saw?
Yeah.
Is that, we were already like connected at the soul before. Like it became very apparent. This is the first time me and Anna have ever hung out, by the way. I don't know if you can believe that, but then she was like, we hung out.
Isn't it crazy?
She said space. Now she's bringing in astronauts. I see cup of noodle in the center of this photo.
Yep.
Like
now we're best friends.
We're best friends. This is how it works. This is how it works here, folks.
We were saying when we got on here on Zoom, we were like, oh my God, we know all about each other, but haven't actually met.
That Adobe is the weird thing about
changing lives and bringing people together.
Yes, because I've seen you around and you've seen me around, and now we're finally like kind of bridging the gap. And what do you know? We are like synergizing like mad and changing the weather. Like we are changing the weather. So what are we doing with this? What is the plan here? Tell me, because I'm very intrigued.
Okay, cool. So first thing we're going to do is with some neural filters, we're going to change the coloring of this, because one thing that has been driving me crazy is I've been trying to find kind of like this neon futuristic city, but I just haven't found the right image. I haven't found anything that I like. I haven't found it in my color palette. And when I go in and I add a color balance and like hue and saturation, it just like doesn't quite get what I want it to do. And I could take my time and like layer mask things and like paint things out and like really just like give this a whole re-edit. But yesterday I was like, I'm going to see what will happen if I change this through neural filters. So,
oh my gosh. I just want to say, like, right up there with like space and Star Wars is Vaporwave aesthetic.
Yes.
Like, yes. So you are speaking to my heart right now, and I'm so ready. Are you guys ready to have your minds blown yet again? Because I'm ready for this. And I want to know what you folks would do with these features that we're showing. Like, what plans do you have for them? Let us know what you're thinking, because I'm sure we've got some ideas churning right now.
Yep. And I think the amazing thing with this too is, just like with everything else within Photoshop, there's a million different ways to get different results or the same results. And whether it's the different adjustment layers you add, or the way you layer mask, or the way you cut something out, everyone has their own personal preference. And I think the beauty of it is there's so many options, so many ways to play and experiment in Photoshop to discover your own artistic style or something that you like or don't like. And so I think the same goes for these new Photoshop features with neural filters and the integration with Illustrator and all the different things you can do. I think you can come into neural filters and apply like 6 different filters on your image and see what you get. And there are no rules here. You don't have to just stick to what we're doing or do what the tool says it does. You can just play around.
You can put autumn on a beach if you want. Exactly. You don't have to do what anybody else tells you. You can do what you feel like.
Exactly. And so there's so many cool options in here. And then just to go into these real quick, we have the wait list, which I'm super excited for. Water long exposure. This is Skogafoss in Iceland. And I mean, what a game changer. Like, I as a photographer, this is going to sound terrible, but I don't have the patience a lot of times to set up a tripod and like blur out water, because my expertise is and the place where I like to be is in Photoshop in post, and not as much like taking the time to blur the water in camera, which I know, I apologize, photographers out there, it sounds horrible. That's what my husband does. He loves it. If he wants to spend his time doing that, by all means. But when this comes out, this will change my life.
No, and I think that's a really great point, because I think one thing that a lot of folks don't realize is that when you do a job like this, if you're a photographer, UI, UX designer, graphic designer, illustrator, whatever it is that you're doing, you start like kind of freelancing, or maybe you're working contractually or whatever, you kind of have to become a manager, a content creator, an accountant. You're the set sound and like tech dude, you're like all of these different things. And I don't find it bad at all or strange at all that you have a favorite part of the process, and that's your part. You just also have to do the other stuff, you know? And so like now you have like these super cool tools that are here and coming out that allow you to get through to your favorite part.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really, really cool is that we all have our own thing. And now we have tools that we can use to either get to the thing or that maybe makes other things our new favorite part because of the magic we now have access to.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so cool. I mean, like these are awesome options. Like portrait generator, you can make a face out of nothing. Like what?
Yes.
The long
slightly
water.
Scary.
Yeah.
So like
I know. We'll see if that comes about.
But very useful because then you don't have to license photos of people to create a mock-up or add in, because they have like UI faces for UI UX design and things like that. There is a major use and demand for a good face that looks human, that isn't actually a person.
Totally.
Totally.
I know. I mean, I think it's awesome. And even like for me with compositing and stuff, I think about like some of the cool things I've seen people do in portrait compositing, where like maybe if you got a stock image, like the person who's in the stock image wouldn't want to see themselves turned into an alien or some crazy thing. And in this case, it's like, it's not a real person. You can like do whatever you want to their face without feeling like I can't create my art on this random stock person,
I 100%. There's a lot of stuff that goes in. And then what is this one?
This is so cool. So you can change the lighting in your image, which is a total game changer, because this is like what a lot of people do in their 3D programs. You can kind of change that global light. And with this, you can then change the light in a picture. So I'd be curious to see how accurate it is, because shadows are obviously like really tough to recreate and to get them to look natural, to pick up the tones of the image. But I mean, what we've seen so far has worked pretty well.
Pretty crazy. Yeah.
And then, I mean, this is super cool. I'm not even exactly sure what this is doing, but it's like almost looks like generative, like computer generated art or something. I mean, I guess it is, but it's like that kind of dreamscape thing. Where the computer is like mind mapping it.
Generate abstract artistic concepts based on text strings. I am interested. Indeed.
Yep.
I want to know. I wish to go to there.
I know. And then noise reduction, like this is just huge, because so we have the noise reduction within like Camera Raw, within Lightroom, but this seems like it might be even more powerful, because sometimes when you use the noise reduction in Camera Raw, it starts to give the image an overall kind of like blurred look, which I love. It's very whimsical, but maybe that's not going to work for like a client project or
it doesn't work for everything. And I know exactly what you mean, because I've used that before and I'm like, this is really great, but I don't want it to look dreamy. I just don't want it to look like I took this on a camera lens that I didn't clean first.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want it to have that texture.
Exactly. And that's kind of the JPEG artifacts removal. I was playing with that yesterday. That was helping a bit with noise too. For anyone that's dealing with that in your images, this might be a cool tool to play around with, but it did take a very, very long time. But that, again, could just be my computer. So, but I think that's a good noise option as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people coming in with some great ideas to use these things. And I see Wade and Evan both are talking about for concept art and things. And I was just thinking that like, this is if you're a concept artist and so you're doing a lot of like maybe photo bashing and compositing and stuff with the the plan to like paint over it and create scenes and concepts for movies and video games and TV and stuff. This is a great tools to use to like get these different effects and change up the photos that you need to like kind of bash in there, which is really great. A Brifkani is saying that Christmas presents for mom and dad to colorize black and white photos of family members who have passed on. That
Oh
is
yeah.
amazing. Great ideas. It looks like we're seeing Audrey is going to create some wall hangings to put on a quilt. That's interesting. I love it.
Cool.
And then it looks like we are seeing, there was another one in here that I thought was really, really cool. Yeah, more like getting blankets printed, like mementos printed for family members of the photos that are colorized. It's just really cool. So I love it. I love it, guys. Keep it coming. I want to know more about what you guys have going on. And then I believe we're getting ready to Vaporwave this image. So hit us with it.
All right. I know if I'm like going so off track, I'm like, oh, look at all these other things. But hey,
there's
whatever.
So many cool ideas. Like Wade's right now bringing a great point, and that is, doesn't have to be photos. Do it on your paintings. That's what I'm doing right after this stream. Now that you've brought that to my attention, so yes.
Oh my god, yeah. He said you can colorize your grayscale work. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I wish we could try that because I paint in grayscale all the time.
Oh my god.
Do you want to, I mean, I don't want to get too off track, but there is one on Behance. If we have time at the end, you have my full permission to colorize one of my paintings.
Yeah. If you want to grab that and have it ready for the end, then we can do that. And that would
will do that.
Oh, I would love to see that. And then because you as the artist, you can tell us if those colors are really the real colors. And
yes! Okay.
I'm like gonna pop.
I'm gonna grab a photo. I've got a grayscale painting of Vampire Hunter D. And it's one of my favorite paintings I've ever done. And it's painted totally in grayscale. So we'll have that one ready. And then you go ahead and take it away with these colors here.
All right. So for this one, we're going to try out color transfer. And again, like I said, you can do style transfer. You can try some of these different things. But in experimenting with this, I found out that color transfer works best. So I'm just going to turn it on, then come over to custom, which I love this feature because you can add in a custom image. I noticed that also in the landscape mixer and a few of the other ones, you can add in your own image, which of course is really, really helpful. Okay. So, so you can either select an image from your computer or you can select an image that is in Photoshop. Sorry, I'm like trying to see. No, I don't want the astronaut. Did I bring it in?
Let's see.
Oh, colors. I named it and then I forgot that I named it.
Okay.
So look at that.
Oh, what? That looks really good.
I know.
Okay.
Photoshop. Again, I like screamed when I did this last night because it's so cool. And so I found I think I mentioned I found this Times Square picture on Adobe stock, and then I found this like neon kind of like metaverse looking with the colors that I wanted, and then was like, okay, well, this would work well because as I was saying, any of you that missed it, I can't find the right neon city futuristic vibe that I want, and it wasn't working out. So I thought, how can I combine these? So then you have all of your options down here. You can preserve the luminance. We can see what that does, and then increase the color strength. And I was playing around with like the brightness and stuff too when I was doing this. So
oh, that's so cool.
It's crazy.
So good. Oh man.
I'll just click OK, and we'll just look at that before and after because it's so trippy.
Yeah, that's what I want to see is like, oh yes. It just gave it like a whole new vibe. And like the original photo is cool, but like if you're really looking for things that like have the exact aesthetic, and not only that, but if you're like gonna be you're doing something off of a certain vibe, and because it is so accurate and you have like that base image that you're going off of, you can make a set of images that are all like good together and perfect together, instead of like hunting for 12 photos from different places hoping that you can license like all of these different images that are going to work for what you really need them for.
Exactly. It's so amazing. And I'm obsessed with the colors. And like I showed, you can't get that with color balance or hue saturation, because it's just not going to give you like the same area of tones that this does. It just does such a great job of picking what needs to be blue, like what needs to be pink, what needs to have kind of this dark richness to it.
Yes.
And so before we edit this astronaut picture, I promise everyone we will get to that. I want to try it on this one too, because I found this image on Adobe stock and I was like, ooh, this would work well too. So
yes, I love this, by the way. It's like got such a mood.
Whoops.
Like, it's so cool.
I know. Every time I open it, I keep going into either camera raw or the old filters. I'm like, no. Okay, let's just do the same image and see what happens. Gotta load them up here. There we go.
I'm so ready for that.
Ooh,
yeah. Oh my God.
So we'll preserve our luminance, and that will bring back Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
You can see how much like this little check mark like really is a game changer for these neon lights. Like, yes. So without that, it's kind of like muted and looks a little unrealistic. Turn that on, and then we get that pop of the glow.
That preserved luminance does so much work, like to really preserve it and make it like, this is how you originally took this photo. Like, exactly. It is just so good.
So I'm just going to click OK on that so we can quickly look at the before and after here, because I think this is so cool, because this is how you can easily start to create like a cohesive body of work and like create a style. And as you all know, like for me being known with my pinks and blues and purples and whatnot, like I've never used a tool like this before. I've just created these colors kind of from scratch and building them up. But now I can make sure that all of my images have like this consistent, cohesive feel to them.
You've been doing this for a while, and now you have like something that you can use to like really like when you're putting in that work to like really try and like hunt for it. Now, like we said earlier, you have that part that you love to do, and now you have tools to get there faster, so you can like revel in the joy of that favorite thing longer and create cooler stuff. I bet this is gonna like unlock so much.
I know. I haven't been in Photoshop in a while for the past few weeks because we've just been busy with like client projects, and we've been spending more time in Lightroom. But yesterday I know it really does. Yesterday, though, I was like, back on a creative flow. I'm in it. I'm like,
let's do it. Pumped.
I know. So that felt really good. I was like, I think like every year Max inspires me to really get going again. As I'm sure it does with everyone else as well.
Yes. So we have Miguel who says, wow, you two make an amazing team, complimenting each other. Honestly, we just became best friends today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be so sad if this doesn't happen again, because I just like, aside from like your excellent work and like how, because I think everybody in chat knows like Anna McNaught is great and we love your work. We love your creativity, but you are such an incredibly kind and just fun person to meet and be around. And I want all of you folks to know that like the cool, awesome Anna that you see on stream is that off stream. Like it's not act. She's just this rad.
Thank you so much. And right back at you. I feel like you just have the best energy. I've been like cracking up the whole time. And you know,
it's been fun.
Yeah. And it's like, it's 5:00 here. I'm starting to feel that like winding down for the weekend. Yet right now I feel like I'm like,
like, and I've been like, you know, because Max Week is a tiring thing. It's exciting but tiring, and like now all of a sudden I feel like it's the Monday before Max, and I'm like ready to go. So this is awesome, and I want to know like what are we doing next? Because you got my colors in here, you got the Vaporwave going, you're speaking to my heart, and I need to know what comes next.
Okay, so I just basically am putting this into a canvas. I didn't really need to do that, but I'm kind of starting to design this as if I were working on like an actual piece that I was gonna publish and everything. And so I made it 16 by 20 inches and 300 DPI. And I usually just always use that setting because then I can print stuff. And now I'm just kind of placing it in the canvas, and I'm just going to like stretch it out a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of give it like a bit of a crazy warped look without looking too much. And then I might add in like some more ground later on.
Okay.
And I end up always working vertical just because of Instagram.
Yeah, you know, I think it's interesting. That's another thing that could be said for like the direction of creativity is like the platforms and the methods that we use to share can sometimes dictate like how we are creating and what we end up going into for that reason.
Totally. And I feel like it definitely, you know, it does limit me a bit. Like I should start to work more in landscape, but then I'm like, okay, well, I can't post this. So, and if you don't post, did it really happen?
If you don't post a piece that you make, did you even make it? I know that feeling though. I know that feeling of like creating stuff. I've actually promised myself that at least once a week I'm going to draw something for me that nobody sees.
Yeah,
because I started doing that so much. Yeah, just like make something that makes you happy and do it. Because I was like for a long time thought that like if I make it and I don't post it, like what did I make it for? And I'm like, come on, dummy, you made it because you love art. Remember, at least one thing for you.
Exactly. It's so important. And I feel like I recently just like realized that it's been, what is happening here? It's been like, I don't know. I've been having a creative up and down journey of being like, who am I as an artist? What am I doing? And what I realized a couple months ago was that I wasn't creating anything just for me. Everything I was doing, I was sharing, and I was like trying to gain likes on it and like get work from it and make a living from it because this is what I do for a living. So it's this double-edged sword. And then I was like, I need to make stuff for me. Yeah. And so yeah, it's like, it helped a lot. As soon as I picked up a sketchbook, my iPad, started drawing again, getting back into art, painting, like making macrame, doing things with my hands.
I love macrame.
Me too.
I love it.
I'm obsessed.
I used to have dreadlocks, like really long dreadlocks, and I had macrame around some of my locks with like beads and stuff. I made macrame jewelry all the time. I made macrame plant holders. So macrame was like the world to me for a long time.
That is awesome. That's still me right now. I'm like obsessed with it. And we have like a little side hustle Etsy shop. I sell my plant hangers on there. It's
shout out the Etsy shop. Let us know where we can find your Etsy. Can we have the Etsy?
Of course. So it's our travel page, Leave the Map on Etsy.
Okay.
So if you either go to our Instagram, Leave the Map, and click the link in our bio, you can get there, or just go to Etsy and search Leave the Map. And we do all sorts of fun little things. And we have really sweet stickers. So
ooh, okay. I love me some stickers. Yeah. So all right, guys. We'll get that link in the chat for you. Check out Leave the Map on Etsy and see what you think.
Perfect. Okay. So I was like trying to transform that section and it was like glitching out on me, but I'm just gonna keep moving on.
Yeah, just keep going for it. Sometimes it happens, and honestly, if you're going through for like a space like Vaporwave kind of jam here, maybe that works.
I know that's true. That's true. And I am going to actually blur it out a little bit too. So we should be okay. For some reason, like, again, I think it's my computer, like transform has been giving me so many glitches. I don't know why. Okay, anytime I try to use it, it's like, it gets confused what tool I'm trying to use. So I'm just going to pull the trigger and buy the M1 Apple. And
yes. Get you some new. Get you some smooth.
I know. I'm working on my laptop from 2013, I think.
See, I'm like that about cell phones. Like my phone is like this big. It's like a teeny tiny phone. And it's like everybody else has got the big ones with the nice cameras and like the huge screens and the great camera quality and all this stuff. And I'm just like, mine's not broken completely yet. So I refuse.
Yeah.
I will
yeah.
not.
That's exactly how my brother is. He was on an iPhone 5 up until like a week ago. He got the 13. I was like, finally.
Mine's a 6.
Wow.
So yes.
Yeah, it's like retro at this point, but
yep, pretty much. But hey, if I like Vaporwave, so maybe it's gonna be vintage soon, and I'll be into it all over again. Okay, so we got our astronaut in here. We got
I'm already
our colors.
loving it. Like,
yes,
this astronaut's perfect. I found it on stock, Adobe stock, obviously. I'm like, I don't know why I just blanked out on that. But there was Adobe what am I saying? Adobe Live, Adobe Max, Adobe Stock, Adobe Sensei.
Fonts, Adobe Capture, Adobe. Yep. I do get that. Sometimes I do get, I'm just like, which one? Which Adobe what?
Oh, so funny. So yeah, this was in different colors. It had, the first one I found was like green and orange. And then if you click see more, then you can see all the different ones. Most people probably know that, but a lot of times when people upload stock, they have multiple colors. And so this little astronaut dude was already colored for the scene that I wanted to place him in.
Perfect.
So one thing I'm going to do real quick is a little old school Photoshop technique and just come into blur and do radial blur here, because I kind of want to give this like nice like warped look, like it's kind of like trippy. And I want to do the zoom effect, and then I'm gonna just drag this kind of down to where I think the ground is within the frame and kind of set it. And then you could bring this like up a lot. I already played around with this last night, and I know that like I'm somewhere around in here that I want, because I don't want too much.
I didn't know you could drag that.
Really? Yeah, that's a game changer, because you can decide where it's zooming from.
I've been using the radial blur only in the very center of my pieces my whole career.
Yes. See, and you can change the zoom or the spin too.
Oh man.
You can make it like this super dizzy effect. Like, it's really fun. I mean,
my life is different after today.
I know, right? Isn't it crazy? You can like be using Photoshop for years and years and years and learn something new.
Wait, Val, we need to talk. I'm so sorry. I'm in trouble. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's okay. Like I look. Oh yes.
Oh man. Oh, that looks so good.
I'm obsessed.
That is so great. You just like transformed that seriously. And I love like with that radial blur, it has like that sharpness right there where he's standing.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay. So I assume you're like bumping the background to like the left or right. Yeah. It almost looked for a moment there like it was rotating, like the scene was rotating.
I know, I know. That's what's so trippy about this effect is like, if you keep looking at it, it's like your eyes like get so messed up. So that's why I was really loving it.
That's an NFT right there, says Bliss. There you go. Do it. Yeah, let me
as we're like screaming.
I know I'm like yelling, and I apologize if I have been kind of rupturing any eardrums. We are so excited. I'm sorry, because I know that I'm yelling. We have been shouting.
I am so into this. It's looking awesome. I'm gonna try to transform this one corner again because it's driving me crazy. Okay, there we go. You go. I feel better about that. So then what I did when I was working on this yesterday is I just layer masked around him a little bit to kind of like soften the effect right here. But I almost feel like I don't need to do it. It kind of depends on how big I make the astronaut. Yesterday I had him like much smaller, so I wanted to soften the effect. So as you all may know, just putting a layer mask on this, and oh, you know what? Actually, I totally lied. I forgot that I didn't copy my background. And it's not a smart filter. So my mistake. That was a bad rookie move right there. But okay, so we're not going to do that.
We could recolor it if you needed to, if you absolutely needed to. But let this be a lesson to you. Make your layer a smart object.
I know. That was dumb. I'm just going to undo the radial filter, convert this to a smart object.
Perfect.
And then we're going to redo it. Okay. No big deal.
Because that wasn't easy. It's not like you worked on it for hours and then, because I have done that where I changed a layer into a smart object and then I added some filters, didn't like it, and I Control-Z'd too many times and went back to before it was a smart object, worked on it for an hour and a half, realized I wanted to revert and was like, where are you?
I know this happens to me often. I'm always like, oh crap. So but now we're good. So now we can do we can put our layer mask from our smart filters and blend this out. And so what I was doing yesterday, kind of, I don't know, like a workaround of smart filters, because sometimes I don't like them because I forget to turn them on and off and blah, blah, blah. You know, everyone has their own working method. I will just duplicate the layer and then work on that top layer and put layer masks on that. So, you know, the layer, the radial blur goes onto that top layer and then I layer mask on there. So that's just a very horrible, like not Adobe approved work method, but
hey, I mean, there's sometimes people do things in their workflow where it might not be what everybody thinks is the right method, but sometimes that's just how people like to do things. And if it's different, that's fine. And if you ever feel bad about doing something in an Adobe program that is not necessarily cool, just remember, I once taught a Photoshop DCC and I erased stuff on a layer instead of using a mask.
Yep, I did that too.
That was like the beginning, and I did that live. And I think I got some unfollows that day. So never feel bad because I've been there.
I gotta say that's rough. Like teaching it, that is rough.
I was like, and just remove this. Somebody was like, you did what? And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm new here.
I'm new. I'm trying. Please forgive me.
I just got here. So sorry. I don't do that anymore. I never did it again. I bet
you learned real quick from there. You're like, nope. I mean, hey, I actually paid for a course where the person did that when I was first learning Photoshop. And I think I paid
DCC was free.
Yeah. I think I paid like $100 for this course. And I was like, wait, they're erasing? And this was luckily past my time of using the eraser tool. And I was like, this person doesn't know what they're doing.
Oh no.
But hey, we've all been there. We've all erased.
Yeah, we have. And hopefully that was a good moment for you because you were like, I'm paying for this course, but look at me knowing things.
I know. It's like, oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I just brushed away the radial filter here because you could kind of do this, like maybe the city is moving past the astronaut, but everything else is kind of like in focus right behind him. But I actually decided that I don't like it as much. I definitely just really, really love everything being blurred out. So beauty of layer mask, we'll just paint that right back out.
Okay.
And maybe we'll add it back in later on, but
and you just kind of have that strip, you know, that's just so good.
Yeah. So awesome. Okay, so let me see, paint this, get rid of all that, and I'm actually gonna rasterize it so I can now fix that area. We basically just did that all for the lesson purpose because I really didn't need to do that. The lesson of remembering to make smart objects.
Yes. Do it. Ooh,
this looks even cooler like when you continue to stretch things a little because now we have this radial filter on and it just helps to really like amp it up. All right. So let's see. Now we're going to add in, I already have it open. We're going to add in this portal.
Make it happen. Oh my gosh. This image.
I'm so excited.
This image. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so cool. This is lit, as the cool kids are saying these days.
Yes.
This is so awesome. It's lit, bro. It's so lit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness.
Good thing it's almost the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. I'm really just trying to put smiles on faces right now because it's been a while. It's been a long day. Somebody said it's midnight for them, and I like, wow, it's midnight. You were up, you were watching Adobe Live, and I hope that you were smiling with us.
Yeah, that is awesome. I'm over here like, it's 5. I'm tired.
It's 5 p.m. I would love to know, where are you folks at? If you would like to share, where are you folks at and what time is it for you? I would love to know, because I am in Northern California and right now it is 2:08 p.m. for me. So I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, it's the earliest for me. But
I know.
I'm so sorry. I'm whining for nothing.
That's fine. I always whine for nothing.
Hey, you know what? It's a personality trait. And I think it's fine. I think whining for nothing is fine if you're telling jokes while you do it. Like if you're funny about it, I think it's fine.
I agree.
Gareth is in Scotland and it's 10 p.m. Mahmood, 11 p.m. in Egypt. Matt Grundy's 10 p.m. where he is. So these are 2 a.m. in Pakistan, 10 p.m. in the UK. This is cool, folks. This is neat.
Yeah, I love that everyone is like joining from around the world. It's so cool.
Yeah. Elk Grove, California. I was in Elk Grove last week. I've been to Elk Grove many times. Hello, NATO. 11 p.m. Slovakia. People from Cairo.
Wow.
Welcome in.
Yeah,
the planet is here.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. So this is incredible. You have added in this ground here and it is looking so good.
I'm like perfect. So pumped about this. It's like really, really sweet.
Yes.
And I'm just kind of like blending things in here. So I always use a low flow versus low opacity because I can kind of like work back up to that full opacity. And that's a lot of people ask me my blending secrets, and that's the answer right there, is just using so much like flow all the time.
There it is.
And so this obviously isn't like a new feature in Photoshop or anything, but I figured we'd take this composite to the max, no pun intended, and really like make something beautiful with it. So I'm kind of just like, joke. Yeah.
I don't know why it took me like 4 seconds and I was like, to the max? Why is that? Didn't I just say, hi, I'm Voodoo Val. This is Anna. Welcome to Max Week. I'm kidding. I'm sort of half kidding. You were saying.
What was I saying? I forget.
You're going to take it to the max is what you were doing.
Take it to the max. So I'm just kind of like, blending things in. We got our construction worker in the background drilling away.
Because he's like, take it to the max. And he's like, I got you. Read you loud and clear, Anna.
He's like, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. It's so funny, like reworking this, because I didn't actually save what I worked on last night, and I should probably save what I'm working on right now. I was just like, whatever, I'll work on it tomorrow. Cause I always kind of do that when I prep for the live streams, is I just like start to play around with it and get things in place, but not plan too much, because I like to kind of see where things evolve and go and, you know, with the chat and stuff, if people want to add things in. But it looked completely different last night because I had the portal bigger and then the astronaut really small. So I'll play around with that too.
Okay. Yeah. And I know what you mean about like kind of just like letting things sort of do, like you have a plan and you know what you're going to be doing, but it's also really cool sometimes just to leave a little bit of mystery to it. Yeah. So you can have some happy accidents and stuff like that. So I got you. I feel it.
Exactly. Adobe Live. What am I trying to type here? Perfect. Okay. There we go.
Looks like Vanessa is taking off. Thank you so much for joining us, Vanessa. It was wonderful having you here with us today. Everyone show some love to Vanessa. Say goodbye. We will catch you next time.
Bye, Vanessa. Sorry.
And then, no, that's okay. You're working too. You're working too. You're taking it to the max over here. Okay. All right. I see you out here doing work. One thing I do want to say is I chose, just in case we have time, I have a grayscale painting for you, and I have one of 5 landscape paintings I've ever done. If you want to end up using the slider on one of those, so we have a couple things we can do towards the end if you feel like it.
Yes, that is perfect.
Don't make time for it though, because we are here to see your stuff. But if we end up with a few minutes, I've got those ready if you want them.
That sounds great. Let's see. So I decided I'm gonna layer mask out the background of this portal to see what that will look like. And then I'm just kind of lining up the 2 ground planes. And sometimes what I do is I'll like lower the opacity to kind of like really match it up. It's a little hard to see in this one because of the way the street is. But if we get it kind of lined up with right below that car line, then we should start to have some like cool things happening here.
Well, he's got like, you know, like it's an astronaut and he's coming through the portal. So what if you like changed totally what's back there? Like have like space back there. Like he just walked through the portal. He just showed up on the street and he was like, I don't know where I am, man, but I just got thrown here. I just came out of a black hole in the middle of the street, you know?
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, good idea.
Got a little bit of lore, a little bit of storytelling going on in here.
Yeah.
I'm never going to back down from telling space stories. So if you need it, I got it.
Perfect. You know, it's like, I just love space so much.
Me too. Oh, me too. I would love to know if there's any other space fans in the chat. And while like, because we've kind of gone through like, what are people thinking of doing when it comes to a lot of these new features, like what have they got planned, all that good stuff. But now we've kind of been digging into this compositing piece and really watching things take form. And I wonder if anybody's ideas have evolved. So we went from like colorizing stuff and like talking about how you could use these neural filters to create the assets you need for building a scene and building a piece. But now that we're in it, like what kind of genres would you guys go for? Show of hands, how many are going to be compositing? And I would love to know from the chat, what is a way, like an idea that you could use some of these neural filters to create something with that isn't any of the kind of things we've talked about, because we've talked about concept art, we've talked about making composites for Instagram, we've talked about recoloring photos. Does anyone have any ideas that we haven't mentioned? You know, like blow our minds, put some wild ideas, stuff that maybe like you're like, I don't know if people will like this, put it out there because it might blow somebody's mind, or somebody might add to that idea and we can just start doing totally brand new crazy stuff with these neural filters.
Yes.
Get the creative juices flowing. Let's hear it.
I would love to hear it too.
Because I feel like there's stuff that like I think to do with this stuff that makes sense for me and my workflow. But I feel like we've got literally so many people from different countries, from different walks of life who make different work in here. We have to, among us, have totally different ideas that most of us haven't thought of yet. You know, let us have it.
I'm sure. Yeah, let's get a little creative with this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I'm in Adobe stock, and I love this new feature. You can go from all into free, which is not 3D, free. A really great feature for anyone that, you know, you don't have any stock credits, or you just want to experiment with some stuff. Or I'm always like, oh, I'll pick something for free. This will work perfectly. Because it's just a tiny little piece of my picture. It's not the main image. So I'm not trying to go for like this epic scenery. I just need some stars. So I don't want to have to pay for it. So this is perfect.
And you know what is really cool is like, you know, having this open to a lot of people that like aren't able to, that you just clicked on the one that I have, by the way, that image, that is one of mine that I have licensed before, that I love it so much. One of my favorite space scenes. But this is a really great resource for people who aren't able to license. And one of the things that is just like, I was like, ooh, mad respect, thank you so much, Adobe, is because I've had free services, like access to free services in the past, where it's like, here's all the super cool nice stuff, and then like, here's what you get for free. The free stuff, you know. And then I like come here to Adobe and I look at the free and I'm like, this is legit stuff.
It's
like
so good.
Yeah, if you need assets and you need to like get things going and you're looking for some high quality something, that is perfect, by the way, for this piece. That little like beam me up Scotty kind of vibes there. But if you're looking for assets that are high quality because you just got your first client, or you're trying to do a personal project that can attract clients and you need high quality assets, Adobe has your back.
Yeah,
you know? Exactly. They're not slacking on the quality of free assets right now, so please come check it out.
I know, I love that they're all like such high quality, like so like good images, so it's not just like, oh, what is this,
free 99. You guys are great.
Free 99.
Free 99. 100%.
Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna put in a whole bunch of different things, and then we'll see what we like best.
Sounds good. That's typically what I do if I need something for something like this, is I'm just like, here's like the 8 things I chose. Let's see which one matches or which one feels the best.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the way to hook it up.
Ooh, I just like this.
That has like, because like the other one is a great space photo, but like this one has so many big elements in it, and since it's going to be small, you know, having something that's like that, you're probably going to see it even though it's small. So that's a great one you've chosen.
I know, I'm like definitely really into that, and then maybe we'll add these in at the end too, because
that orange one that you have right there, I don't know if so, I used to be obsessed with this movie Pitch Black when I was younger, with Vin Diesel, about them crash landing on that planet. That like looks like an image that would be like in a promo for Pitch Black. The moment I saw that, I just like imagined it with the font across the planet there. I hope somebody knows what I'm talking about in chat so I don't sound crazy. But yeah, good picture. Great choices.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna test these out. I see Matt asks, could you merge different photos that don't match at all, use neural filters, and then all is matched in one single click? I believe yes. I believe that we can easily match things, right? I would be curious to see what would happen, because I feel like this is just something I do naturally at this point now. When I look for all of these different pieces for my composites, I pay attention like subconsciously to the light and the color and start to really try to just naturally match it. But with the new neural filter, which one is it called?
There's so many in there, and they're all brand new, and I'm trying to, because I don't want to misspeak, so I think we should just pull it up so we can read it.
Yeah, this one, the harmonization.
Yes.
Why is that hard to say?
It is. It's hard to say.
So you could see like this example here is so crazy. I mean, you have this autumn road, and then her skin matches so perfectly. Let me see if I can get that to come back up. Like the yellow tones are all brought in, and so it's picking up the color and the luminosity, which is a game changer when it comes to compositing. And I wanted to actually show that today, and then I was like, I can't find the 2 images that I want to use for this, and got way into the astronaut scene. But maybe we could do that with some of the Iceland pictures too, or see what would happen with some of the layers here.
100%. And that's like instantly what I saw, like with that photo of her and the trees and stuff. I was like, imagine using this feature if you were like doing product photography shots for a Behance case study or something, you know?
Exactly. It's like, it's really, really cool.
Just trying to imagine all the ways that you could put this in. Everybody knows what I'm talking about when I said Pitch Black. Thank God. I'm not just bringing up random stuff.
I was like, huh?
I don't know. I noticed you were like, I was like, oh no, I'm alone.
Cool. I have not seen many movies at all. I don't like know any like cult reference culture.
Okay.
Like, I'm really bad with that. So
That's fair because I mean you travel and you take incredible photos and you do awesome stuff, so it's if you're spending that time making great work and not binge watching Netflix like I am, I really can't say I blame
that.
you. Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I just like haven't.
I watch all the shows.
Yeah,
but I do watch movies.
Yeah, that's me. I'm such a show obsessor. Like I love. Yeah, but I haven't seen a lot of the classic shows. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's
your area of expertise for that.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
We just finished Made last night on Netflix. It was so good, so well done.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh my god, you have to watch it. It's so heartfelt, really sad, but really, really incredibly done. I think it's one of Netflix's best of their like original shows. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I will have to check that out. I think one of the shows that really inspired me the most recently as far as like mood is I watched Midnight Mass, which it was an interesting show and it just was like kind of cool.
Yeah.
Spooky. I'm Voodoo Vow, I like the spooks.
Yeah.
So that sort of thing was pretty cool. So that's the one that I watched recently that I was just like, I gotta paint something.
Cool. I may have to check it out. I haven't seen it.
I don't know how you are with scary. I don't know if it's scary.
I like scary.
But okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
We vibe.
Yeah. It also, though, I have to admit, it depends on my mood, but like this time of year, scary everything. Give it to me.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
All right. So which background are we feeling? I think I decided I don't like the orange. I don't know. Let me cut it out. Let me at least give it a try.
Give it a shot. I do think that so far my favorite one is the one you chose that has like the bigger
that one.
Yeah, because you can like see the detail of like the nebula amorphousness like kind of happening back there, and I think that looks really cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. Whoops. Oops.
There must always be some type of glowing portal. Honestly, like, what are you doing if not making glowing portals? Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Maybe that one guy in the chat that's like, I hate glowing portals. What do you mean?
I know. So
what do you mean?
I'm over the astronaut thing. I'm like, oh God.
Oh no.
Give me a break. I don't think I
not like glowing portals and astronauts and space.
I know.
I will say though, when it comes to movies, I don't like a space movie that doesn't have aliens or monsters in it. Like if you just give me a regular space, I'm like, that's just stressful.
Yeah, so true. I know, like Interstellar.
And not for me.
I did like The Martian a lot, but a lot of like other space movies are just, what's the one? Oh, Gravity. Talk about, oh my God, I like bit my fingers off. It was so stressful.
So stressful. Like if you give me a whole 2-hour movie about what space would be like in reality, I'm just like, but if you give me monsters and laser swords, I'm like, yes.
I know.
Let me get some of that.
I feel that.
Right. Okay, we are coming up on maybe 30 minutes left, so if anybody has any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat. Now is the time, because I want to make sure that we have ample time to get everybody's questions answered and do all of that good stuff. I want to make sure everybody is heard in the chat. Dina might have a question for us here. I have a question. Should we depend on Adobe stock photos, or can we take shots of movies in different sources to make something different? I think that if you want to take screenshots of a film and incorporate it and make it like a fan art piece, that's great. But I would steer clear of taking shots from films and shows and incorporating them into your work and not saying that you did, because number one, you don't have the ability to license that stuff because it's in a film. Somebody owns that, and you don't want to do that. But number two, if you take a screenshot of something and you throw it in your piece, and maybe you're like, oh, that would be perfect for X, Y, and Z, and you put it in there, it might not be something that's super significant to you, but when people do that, sometimes what happens is they don't realize just how memorable and how what's the word I'm looking for, how what is that word, like, I remember this, I know about it, I know what it looks like, how I just blanked on an entire word.
I was like half listening, I was like very in the zone, so now I feel like I can't help you out.
What is the word that I'm looking for? It's like memorable. Now I need to find out what this word is. Recognizable.
Oh, yes.
How, what might just be a cool thing to you that you snag from someplace else that you don't have the rights to might just be a cool thing to you, but you might not realize how absolutely recognizable that can be to other people. So then you snag something, you put it in your work, you post it, and everybody's like, hey, that's X, Y, and Z from blah, blah, blah. And then you didn't credit. So I would say, go for it, credit it, make it fan art, or it's not fan art, but you say, I saw this shot in X, Y, and Z movie or show or whatever, and I wanted to make something with it. Do that, but make sure you say something about it, or go to Adobe Stock Free.
Yeah, really good point. So I am just totally playing here. I'm getting like lost in the sauce and like adding
hey, taking it to the max.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I'm like extra nerd today.
I like it.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of playing with some like increasing the glow over here, and I actually do think I want to, like, a lot of times I just will make these quickly for the live stream, but I think I'm gonna spend some time after this is over and really get into like the nitty gritty of this picture and finalize it, because I think it's super cool.
Oh, and that like beam coming down. It's almost like the portal was like the Heimdall, how he just like throws Thor down on a planet.
Yeah, it's like I really like it. Like, I feel like it might be overkill, but I think there's something like really awesome happening.
Something's working with this, definitely. If you don't think so, ask the chat, but I'm vibing with it. I'm feeling it big time.
Chat, let us know. Do you all like the blue vapor waves coming down, or do you like it without it? I feel like it like really just gives it that.
I love it. I really do. I think it's cool, but let us know in the chat. Let's see. I just checked Anna's work. This is from Kenzie. I just checked Anna's work on Instagram and followed her. My question is, how is your experience with selling art on NFT? Like, do you sell NFTs and do you have any advice? I want to get into it myself. I'm very, very interested, and I've never done anything like that before. So I'm curious as well.
It has been awesome. It's been like very lucrative. And has been going pretty well. It's also like a huge undertaking in itself of like, I think the thing, hang on, I'm just making a shadow and trying to talk at the same time about something serious.
Happens.
But I think the thing that frustrates me the most is like, so many people are like, oh, I'm going to get into NFTs too. And like, I'm just going to go ahead and go do this. And like, or haven't really been making art. Like, I had a friend someone who was a friend who I haven't heard from in so long, like many years, and they're like, hey, can you promote my NFT collection? I'm like, you dropped off the face of the earth and now you made a collection, but you haven't been in the art world at all. So that's my first advice, is just like for people to be involved in what they're doing, and then to get involved in the NFT community. And like it exists on Twitter mostly. Start talking to people, like gathering advice, looking at what people are doing, just kind of like really looking before you jump. And so that just okay,
that's great advice.
Yeah, that's my basic first advice. Then in terms of actually doing it, there's so many different logistics within it. Like it all depends on the type of art you're doing and if you want to do a collection or individual pieces. And I will say that I feel like a lot of the individual pieces, if you're not on some of the bigger platforms like Super Rare or Nifty and stuff, the sales have dropped a little. It seems like what's very popular right now are collections on OpenSea, and like generative art has been doing really, really well. Like all these weird like apes and like CryptoPunks and what else? There's so
just
many
wacky
different
stuff.
things.
And is it like, you know, like, because I would really like to do it, and I haven't really been on that scene at all. So like, can I just like, I was thinking I would like illustrate NFT trading cards, and that would be something like, and like animate them. Does that fit well? And do you see stuff like that on there? Or
Definitely.
I'm an old person when it comes to this. I was like, I don't understand what the kids are doing.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly like what is really popular right now. And I think also for you kind of having like the gaming background, that's where I'm like really lacking so much, because so much of the NFT world exists in that kind of like gaming mindset where a lot of times, like if it's trading cards or generative art, like they have different features where, so say for example, you get 2 apes. If you buy 2 different apes, then they have the ability to mate and have a baby ape. And like they have these little Kongs. And so, and then there's this one, everyone's gonna be like, what is she talking about? But there's this one where when you buy multiple of the item, then you get a like coin based in that currency. So they're called crypto Kongs, and they have bananas. And so you get paid in bananas, which actually ends up amounting to about $140,000 a year in bananas, but there can be converted to USD. So
you almost lost me at bananas until you mentioned cheddar. And I was like,
exactly.
You know what? I do like bananas.
I know. So it's like everything is just so, I'm like reading some of the chat over here. Yeah. Stuart said, go read up on NFTs. That's like the best thing to do. Like so many people are like, where do I get started? Like a Google search will give you everything you ever need to know. And I'm happy to talk to you like off live about more of it to like help you out and stuff. Cause I've learned like a lot and like met a ton of cool people, and it's awesome.
I would really love to get into it. But that's really cool. And I think I was hearing about it because we had Elise Swopes on a while back, and she was doing NFT, and I've been hearing about it, and I just, you know, I wasn't sure because I don't talk to a lot of people like personally that are like in it. So this is cool. I'm glad. I think that was Dina that brought that up, and I'm glad that you did, Dina, because this has been some really cool info. We do have, let's see, I would say we have about 20 minutes left here. And let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss. Wade was saying that this has like a very iconic Tron kind of vibe, and I agree, and I love it. Probably that's why I love this so much, because I thought Tron was wicked.
Yeah.
New Tron. Old Tron gets an honorable mention, but Old Tron is Old Tron is interesting now after it's aged.
Yeah,
it aged interesting.
Ooh, this is looking sweet. I think I'm done with this for now.
This is really lit. Yeah, this is super cool.
Yeah, because with 20 minutes left, I'd love to take a look at your paintings.
I emailed you a couple of images to the email that you were using for our prep stuff. So I hope that they got to you. I don't know if we need to switch over so that do you have multiple displays right now? Because I just want to make sure you don't. I'm not like, pull up your email and show.
No, I got it. Let me open my email.
So I sent a little landscape. I don't know if the landscape will work because it's highly stylized, but I sent a portrait of, I was going to do the Vampire Hunter D portrait, but I have a portrait of a character from an original story of mine and it's totally black and white, and it's just, I just really would be curious to see what it does to his face. So
Oh no, that's okay. I'm opening my email.
we are talking to the super secret invisible overlords behind the scenes. Sorry, folks.
Jacob, can you actually go back to my screen? Thank you. Okay, sorry everyone, just getting this. Okay, so I see one. Oh wait, there's both of them. Ooh, okay.
I don't know how it's gonna work, because I've never done these with like paintings, and I have like a like I said, it's like stylized, so I don't know if it's gonna do it, but I'm curious. I'm very, very curious.
These are incredible, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh my God. So do you make these digitally?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just start from blank canvas and paint it up. So the first one is King of the Midnight Court. So he's like a fairy king from a story that I wrote. And then the landscape is Seraphina's house, which is the haunted house that a character lives in a separate story.
Wow.
that I wrote.
Oh my
so
God,
she buys her dream house, and then she's like, oh, demons.
These are so cool.
Thank you.
I just always love seeing people's work like this. And I want to like see the whole process, like the video of you like behind the scenes drawing it. Cause that's like, I see a finished piece like this. I'm just like, oh, wow. How'd you get there?
I will show you. I've got some time lapses and stuff. And if you want, I would paint for you, Anna. I would paint for you.
Oh my God. Yes. I will trade you NFT advice for painting advice.
Yes. 100%. Deal. You got it.
Perfect. Okay. Let me open these in Photoshop.
I'm so pumped for this. Thank you for doing this. I'm so excited.
Of course. I'm super excited too. This is going to be fun to see like how it works with something that isn't a photo.
So I was thinking we could do like to colorize the portrait and then like use the seasonal sliders in the landscape remixer on the landscape just to see what it does. Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do the King of the Midnight Court. I want to see what kind of colors it throws on his face.
Okay. So do you make these in fresco or are
these ones I did in Photoshop.
Okay.
But I do a lot of paintings in fresco. I would say I'm working like 50-50 now, like 50% in fresco and 50% in Photoshop for painting and illustration these days.
That's so cool. And are you doing it on an iPad or on your desktop?
All of my Photoshop stuff is done on desktop, so half desktop in Photoshop, and then all of my fresco stuff iPad. And then I kind of, depending on what kind of project I do, I save as Cloud Doc so I can go back and forth to either one. So I'll be like in my house painting in fresco, and then I will come to mod for Adobe Live or come and sit and do another project or something, and then I can, if I want to like doodle or sketch on it or something while I'm sitting here hanging out with you guys or whatever, I just toss it over and then throw it back to my iPad later on and all that good stuff. So cool. Yeah.
All right. So which one do you want to do first?
Let's do Colorize.
Okay.
Let's do, like, because I want to see what it does.
Oh my God, this would be nuts.
I'm so excited. It's like really gonna, because I'm just like, is it?
Oh! What?
What? Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Oh my God. I am done.
He's blonde. Who would have thought? I didn't know he was.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay. Just like the collective shout. I'm sorry if I just screamed too much into my microphone. That's awesome.
Literally shook.
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
my God. Like you even, okay, let's zoom in on this.
Yes.
You even get a slight blue in his glassy eyes.
And he has like kind of like purpley gray, and then it like fades to like a lighter pink on the lip. And he has like, yeah, like that almost like blue underneath his eyes too, on that shadow. And it has different tones, pink in the cheeks.
Yeah. Oh my
That is
God.
so rad.
I'm like looking at the chat's reaction. It's
I know.
Oh my God. This is like insane. I mean, look at the lip color. Like you have a difference here in like the darker lip tones, the brighter, the highlights, and then even like this blood that's on his face. Like,
yeah, like he has blood on his face now. Like he's just doing like, it's so cool.
Oh my God.
That is so neat. Oh, I love it. I'm going to do this to a bunch of my grayscale stuff now. I just want to see what it makes of it.
You have to send it to me because I'm just like so floored by this. And like,
I will.
I feel like I'm going to spend the rest of my evening finding like a whole assortment of black and white images and black and white art, and then seeing what happens. Like,
just
and just
seeing what you could change it
at my
into.
computer.
Yes. And then if you want, I just want to make sure we've got like maybe 10 to 12 minutes left, and I want to make sure that you've done everything that you wanted to show off today, so I'm not like, okay, do my next painting.
No, I think I'm good. I mean, we can definitely like, I think this is very interesting to see because it shows a different medium, and like I have some random Iceland pictures we could look at if we need extra time, but I also like am very fascinated by this, as I'm sure the chat is too.
I think like, they are. I see a lot of caps and I see a lot of ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And it brings it full circle to what we were saying of like any medium you can use in Photoshop, like these neural filters are going to help you out with it. And I think like if you're okay with it, one thing I want to play with is smart portrait on here.
Go for it. Make a nightmare if you want.
Oh, I did this on a picture of myself and I was like, what is
so what is actually, is it, does it just like perfect the face or something? Like how?
So it will actually add teeth. Wait, oh no, Photoshop crashed.
Oh no, it was like, honestly, the king of the midnight court was glaring super hard. I was thinking, he was like, I don't smile with teeth. Anna.
I know. Let's see if it crashes again. We're gonna know it's like cursed.
Okay. He's like, no, don't do it. But I would love, honestly, so it's gonna give him teeth. I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah. So when I did it on this picture of myself, it was like, I was kind of like looking down. So it was very awkward and it put my teeth up here.
Oh no. Okay, I'm ready for it.
We'll see what happens with it. Okay, let me just make this full screen here. And hopefully I think I saved my astronaut piece.
Okay.
I think. We'll see.
Hope.
Okay, let's open him up by himself. Maybe if we don't have anything else open.
Do we want to throw color on him again, or you want to just go for the teeth so we don't like bog it?
Yeah, maybe I'll just go for the teeth first and see what happens.
Let's see. Here we go.
He's like
folks.
gonna curse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. I'm like anticipating it because he's so mad. He's so angry. Oh no, it's not gonna, he's just gonna curse you, maybe? Is it gonna do it?
It's still going.
Okay. Oh, that was the old.
Yeah. It might take a few minutes.
But in the meantime, while we're waiting for this, just to make sure we cover all of our bases while we're waiting for this centuries-old elven prince of the night to grin at us, where can everybody find you, like on the web? Do you have any like parting pro tips or advice that you would like to share with the community before we take off for the day? And any parting words of wisdom, anything that you just want to make sure you let us know before you leave?
Yeah. Oh my God. This is, I feel like everyone always asks this question at the end of an interview, and sometimes I'm like on it and sometimes I'm not. Oh God.
Oh God, no. Oh. Thanks, Anna. I hate it.
Oh my God.
It's not bad though. Like, it's not done badly. It just doesn't suit it.
It's so good. It is so good.
It's like so
there we
different
go.
than what I thought it was gonna be, but it wasn't. Like, it did a pretty darn good job.
It did it so good. Like it like made him smirk. It was perfect.
I know. He's just like, he just went from like, I hate you to like, I am going to harm you and I may enjoy it. Like,
oh my God. Everyone's like, whoa, this is so good for Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. That just rocked my world. And I want to do the autumn on your other piece before I forget. But oh my God, that was insane.
That was awesome. So autumn slider and then words of wisdom, and then we are taking off after that, folks, and I hope that you will come back. Adobe Live will be back tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. for a segment of Office Hours with Nick Longo and Andrew Hockrattle. So I hope that you folks will tune in tomorrow for that.
That sounds great.
Okay, landscape mixer, get a little zoom on it because I want to see like
zoom in.
And then autumn and winter would be fun to test out.
Oh man, it's like what so crazy. I mean, this reminds me of like I feel like when filters first came out and you could do kind of like the pop art look and like the like plastic wrap effect, and everyone was like, this is so cool. Like I remember I remember being like, I'm gonna make my words look like they're all icy and like do these filters, and I was like in 6th grade and and now that's gonna be me with these.
Yes, all over again.
Yeah,
this is like a test too right here, because it's like, did I draw a house well enough for Adobe to be like, a picture of a house? Did I do a good enough job? I'm very curious.
I know, that will be super interesting to see.
Matt was saying this could be a way of making smile animation. So one of the things I did, there is a daily creative challenge out there where we made a Prisoner of Azkaban, like Harry Potter style animated portrait, where I used the neural filters to take a picture of a man, and I used... That is crazy.
Whoa. Wow. It like added rocks or something.
It like made it very suddenly realistic.
Yeah. It's really interesting. It almost made it
like a collage.
It's like, it's like mixed media. This looks like there's a cat here now.
There was a cat. Yeah, there was a cat.
Okay.
And it has windows, and it just looks like very suddenly hyper textured, but it still looks like a yard with dead leaves and bushes.
Yeah, let's look at the before and after so we can analyze that, because look at the windows.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of like this. Look at the top, how the windows changed, but it registered them as windows, and it put windows.
Wow, that is so nuts.
Wow.
Okay, so look at how the cat transformed. So the cat is like a little baby black cat. It turned into like, it looks like a cat standing sideways with fur.
Yeah.
It's like a mixed media cat.
Like it's sitting and like about to walk down the steps kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
That is wild. And look, there's still trees in the back. On that side, like they're all still trees, and it's still bushes. It's just like almost like a real foliage. That's bizarre. That is so cool. Yeah. I love it. I'm really like, I think this is so intriguing.
You could really do like a series of this, and like here's an NFT collection right here.
Yeah, boom. Here you go. I like this. Bruce says do winter. Okay, if we have, I think we've got like 5 minutes left, so I think we could. And then I was saying, however, that I did a daily creative challenge where we did like a poster, and I took a picture of a man with his head turned to the side, and I used neural filters to just turn his head to the other side. And then I showed how to make an animation of him moving his head left and right. So you could use neural filters to create frames for animation. That is out there.
Yeah, because they've had like
landscape
the
mixer is
face.
haunted. Wade says.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see.
But yeah, they had the face stuff. Okay, I'm so excited for this.
Oh, me too.
This is so
everyone
cool.
Brace yourself for the screen.
Yes, I'm trying to like move my mic away. I like move my face because I do feel badly about just like yelling, just shouting. I didn't mean it. I mean, I did mean it, but I didn't mean it to hurt you.
Yeah, I think everyone loves the energy.
Okay, let's see. I'm hoping we're not running. No, we still have like 3 minutes. I think we can load it in 3 minutes. Yeah,
it should be good. I guess I'll talk in that meantime about where you can find me. So
yes, please.
You can find me on Instagram, Anna McNaughty, McNaught with a Y on the end. Mm-hmm. That was my long-term name for years and years and years, and so it has stuck. Plus it's memorable. Mm-hmm. So Anna McNaughty for my art Instagram, and then leave the map for all of my travel photos. Oh shit.
Whoa. Photoshop does that to people. Don't worry, Anna. It's okay. We forgive you. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh my
look
God.
Look at the moon. Look at the smoke and the windows and oh my God. This is incredible.
Oh my God, it like created this vibe that just feels like it's the middle of winter, and like the warmth coming from inside the house, and like there's so much energy with it.
There's like snow and like, oh my gosh. This is so wild.
Oh my God. Like, let's see, did it keep the cat, or did it say, oh, it's winter,
like,
cat
it's
would
winter,
be inside?
The cat's
Look,
not
the
here.
Cat's gone.
The cat's inside. It's too cold. So there is a cat haunting this image. Depending on what season we throw it onto, the cat is in different parts of the photo, in different positions. Don't know why. I can't believe that this is awesome.
I know. It's
gonna
so
be throwing
cool.
this filter on so many of my paintings today. You have no idea.
Oh my God. I think I'm gonna dig up some of my old paintings and like do the same thing, like, and just see what happens.
Do it. I want to see. Please show me. Let us know if you have some that you think are cool. Please post them, because I'm sure everyone would be fascinated. We are coming to a close right now. We will end on the note of this painting that is suddenly in winter and looks so rad.
So cool. Like, and I'm looking over at the screen, seeing it small right now in Behance, and it's even cooler, really little.
Yeah. Like it reads. That's the thing too, is like it really reads the way this is insane. This is crazy. But thank you so much, Anna, for joining me. It has been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you finally today.
I know.
Thank you, chat, for being here. I don't want to get cut off, so I do want to try and dip out before we come to the end of our time here. But you are wonderful, Anna. You are a joy and a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you around the bend. We will see you around. Adios, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.